Guys, welcome to Raja Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing? And it is 3 days in a row. The chicken. 3 out of 4 days this week, guys. We are in the green. But welcome, everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching me on Facebook, make sure you click on that follow button. But in the comments below, if you're watching us after the show, I want to know what your best stock of all time was. Tell me in the comments below your best stock you ever played of all time. But hey, let's get into it. What a day. What a day. And, lots going on in the markets. Obviously today, pretty much records across the board with the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's not back in records, but the Dow and the S&P and stuff just running so strong. The stimulus money, coming into play and stuff, and the reopening trades. But I think there's going to be a slowdown. Unfortunately, as much money, you make some money, and some people are going to want to take some money off the table. Plus, there's some signs that are showing there could be some big shorts and some big sell-offs coming and stuff. So you got to be careful in those situations. But let's take a look, guys, of how we did today. We'll get right into it. Lots of trades today, and we'll go over all of them. But up $105,000 today. We are officially 100% out of CCIV as of right now. Doesn't mean we won't get back into it, but we are 100% out of CCIV as of right now. This is where we're at. We have the IDEX. That had a great day today. Was up more. We do have that hedge against it. So no matter what, we have this $53,000 by next Friday. That is all ours to keep. If CCIV, hopefully it's above 350 and we're out of it. If it's above 350, we have another like $10,000 to make. So we basically have about 60 grand between now and Friday to make on this stock, and we are done with IDEX. If this thing drops again, then we either have to sell the stock or we write another option, a contract on it, going out. And unfortunately that one trades monthly. So it would pick up probably like, 40, 50 cents if it's around 350. But I don't really, I hate having $600,000 tied up that we could probably put to better use, because on 600,000, if the most we're going to make is 50 grand, let's say, 60 grand for the month. So we just got to kind of look at it. Jaguar today came back up a little bit again. It's starting to run. Maybe somebody knows something I don't know. Largo is still screwed up in the account. So remember, when you're looking at my total, it does look like almost 6.1 million, but we have to subtract 140,000 for this Largo. Here, CCIV, all this is closed. We'll show you what we did and why. Naked, sold Naked today, got out of that. OPTI, got out of that. We are focused on this big GameStop short. This thing is going to tank. This thing is going to come down hard. And I'm going to show you guys some different stuff. Unfortunately, thank God I hedged it today. I can only hedge it so much, and I'll show you why. Because of the without having margin on it any longer. I actually have a lot of buying power, but with the hedge I placed, it tied up almost $3.2 million of buying power. But it's very interesting. The stock, when so GameStop right now, after hours, is down another 5 points. During the day, it lost 5 points. When I wrote these positions, the stock was around 270 something. So it's funny how they manipulate the prices, because we sold these around 16 bucks. So we already are actually down 167,000 in that position, but we picked up $90,000 here. And no matter what, tomorrow we have about $60,000 on these hedges that we're going to pick up. I'm going to explain all that to you guys in a little bit, and what I'm doing and how it's going to work out. But in the meantime, I got to tell you all the trades we did today. So let's take a look. This is them, Churchill Capital. So to free up cash because of the margin requirements, and as I was moving into GameStop, I started buying and selling some of the shares of CCIV. So basically what I had to do, since we were hedged on this, is I had to come down here. Those are all just CCIV sales, but I had to buy back my contract. So we had those 800. Well, we had 1,200 contracts of it because it was all covered and stuff. So we basically had to buy back those contracts and do some stuff to get out of them. And then I bought back these contracts here as the stock was way up. So we paid about 30 cents. So if we probably would have left everything alone for right now, before we made a big move in GME, we probably would have had a little bit more profit today. But this GameStop could be $2-3 million trade for me. And I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you why. Also, with CCIV, like I said, I just wanted to get out of this one. We made great money on it and we lost great money on it. So it was time to move on. Naked and those, see right here, and OPTI we got out of. Like I said, I'm just cleaning up the account, refocusing. I know how to trade options. I know how to make a lot of money, and that's what I'm going to do. That's why we got Kenny for all you guys and all my money makers out there and all the people who are part of our Patreon group. And Kenny had some terrific trades today, guys. Have you guys been following Kenny's trades? So just so everybody knows who Kenny is, he's the head of the research team for the money makers in our Patreon group. Any of you guys can join our Patreon group. Just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. But Kenny's team today, a couple of huge swing trades today. And I've seen some posts. Some of you guys made a lot of money. So congratulations. But he had some stocks like EFIR, MKGP, AWGI, FT, XP, MD, MP, EEEFN, WSRC. The list is endless. So, just lots of trades. And pretty soon, guys, you're going to be able to watch Kenny trade live. I'm setting Kenny up so that he can maybe, like, during the day for our Patreon members, do some live trading and also let him focus on some of the OTC and some of the other stuff. For me, I know where the money is. I'm going to make the big bucks. And you guys can all do these trades I'm doing. Like I said, just because I have 1,000 or 1,100 contracts of Gamestop, it doesn't mean you can't make the same percentage gain as I'm going to make with one contract, for $150 or $1,500 or 10 contracts for $15,000. You don't have to play, you don't have to have an account my size to make the same amount of money. We can all make the same amount, the same percentage as a whole. So lots of opportunity. And some of you guys I know love those OTC stocks, and I'll still dabble with them here and there for the right opportunity. And we're still stuck in stuff like Jaguar and IDEX, and we still have our CTYC here to take a look at it. We still have quite a bit of stuff in here that we're still watching. GRMC today, actually at one point today, this one was up huge. It was up 6 to 6 cents. I thought it had a lot of volume, so I thought maybe the news was coming, but still not. CTYX, this is the one we're still waiting on that name change to hit, and hopefully this thing takes off. Research teams saying 50 cents to $1. Probably once you get to the later 20s, 30s, I'll definitely sell a little bit into the rally. But like I said, good stuff to see today. So GameStop, this is very interesting. So I buy GameStop, and like I said, the stock is higher. We'll have to come all the way out here. I set these up in advance so you guys can see. GameStop, the stock's 10 points higher. The thing's 15 points lower than when I sold it, and the contracts are now showing at $14.42. One is they have a big swing of about 60, 70 cents. So if you go to trade these, the swing on these is crazy. If you click on the trade or the spread, I don't know if they'll show the full spread right now because the market's closed. Yeah, right now it's showing a pretty close spread, but like during the day, like this could be 14.40 to 15.20. So you have to try and get it in the middle. And the thing is, there's plenty of volume, so you usually get filled pretty good. But as you can see today, the high was 16.65, the low was 14.30. So it's kind of interesting how a stock could be off of its, lose money today and go down. Now, obviously, every day you lose a little bit in a stock as stuff goes down. But this stock also today, another thing to note on this stock is that normally it trades about 58 million shares a day. Today, it only traded about 28 million shares. So the volume is dropping. So a couple of things that means, or 27 million shares today. So what does it mean when the volume's dropping on a stock like that? It means this thing's about to tank. And let me tell you why. It's right now the market makers and people are sitting out there. The shorts are increasing on it. You can definitely see that. And a lot of these Wall Street bet people, they're moving away from this. They've rode this out. Some people have done really well with it. Some people have got crushed on it. And those people yesterday who had it at $340, and when this thing went to $200 in a matter of minutes, those people, they're not going to touch this again. They're going to get the hell out of it. And you have to know how to play these. And that's why I went out a couple of weeks. The other big rattlesnake in this one that you have to be aware of is you have an earnings on March 26th. So that's going to be in the week that our options expire. That's also a short week that week. So options, the one that I'm playing expires on April 1st, which obviously maybe I'm playing this because I think GameStop's a total joke because it is on April Fool's Day. But the markets are closed on April 2nd for Easter. either Easter or Good Friday, one of them. Well, I guess Easter would be Sunday. Good Friday, I think Good Friday would be Friday. So it's a short week that week. So that also plays into the stuff. But the whole thing is what I'm looking at is and why I do these hedging. And that's the same thing with GameStop. If GameStop just is down 50 points tomorrow, I'll be up $1 million, and you'll get the 150s will be worthless, and we keep all that money. So when you're looking at the charts on this, if GameStop is tomorrow, so basically tomorrow, GameStop's sitting right now at $255. Okay. The closest thing that we wrote is the 150. So we have $55,000 right here. No matter what, tomorrow I make $55,000. Now, if GameStop goes down 10 points, this 1440 should hold if there's a little bit of volatility. I'm modeling, and basically if it starts dropping faster, the premium will come up. If it's a slow day like today and it kind of bounces around, the premiums get going, they slow down, they get going, they slow down. What hurt me today, I would have sold all of this at 150 because I'm not anticipating GameStop tomorrow being under 150. The problem was I have to have $2.8 million tied up. So let me explain everything going on. So the ultimate risk, when I wrote all these contracts, I have $1,754,000 that I bet on this trade. So that's my potential loss. If GameStop in 3 weeks is $500 a share, never comes down or does anything, or I close this position, I would lose $1.7 million. So that is what I'm risking. Now, what you have to look at is what I wrote against it. So off this 1.7 million, I already wrote 107,000 here, 36,000 here, 15,000 here. So off this 1.7 million, I've already picked up basically 150,000. So now my entire risk is $1.6 million. So I already made this money back. Well, unless GameStop tomorrow is $100, which if GameStop goes to $100 tomorrow, I will. It wouldn't be the best case scenario, but I'll be fine. We'll still be this. These will be $40 a contract for $4 million, and we'll have a little bit of a loss here that will roll out, and these will all be huge money makers. So that and I'm going to try and explain all this because you have to follow what I'm up to. Unknown Prodigy, $5 super chat. Are you worried about the stimulus checks? All those young people will get $1,400, and most of it is going to Bitcoin and stocks like GameStop. So I'm really not worried about it because, first of all, if it all goes to GameStop, that they're each going to buy 3 shares, it's not going to make a big difference. And you have to remember, like the size of my positions and these other people, I have 1,100 contracts at $100 dollars at 100 shares per contract. So that's 100,000 contracts. That's the equivalent of 35,000 people who get a stimulus check buying 3 shares of GameStop. Not going to happen for 5 shares of GameStop. Also, the things that I've seen with GameStop and how it moves. And with the market manipulation is it's going to it just doesn't have the support. And what are they going to do when earnings come out and this thing tanks from earnings and everybody's at the end of the day, this thing's a dud. And here's what, it has some news, it has some positive stuff. You have a new guy on the board who knows how to sell to animals and stuff. But this isn't a company selling animals. This is a company selling video games in depressing looking stores that all need to be remodeled. And they're losing money. I mean, look at this. They're losing $4.22 per share. So even if they go, the only good news that GameStop has that can come out of their earnings call is that they didn't lose the full $4.22, and that they raised a bunch of money selling in to their stock price being manipulated so high. I'm shocked they haven't tried to do a secondary or do something to raise a bunch of cash. But it'll be very, very interesting to hear what they have to say. The bottom line is they don't have anything starting up tomorrow or the next day that's going to just generate billions and billions of dollars. That gives this thing an $18 billion market cap. So they have a long road of recovery here. But that doesn't matter at the end of the day. So what I'm looking at is I will hedge tomorrow going into the next week. If GameStop comes down, which I would love, if GameStop could come down 20 or 30 points, I could hedge the 100s, and these will probably be, let me give you an example here. If the 120 is $6.30 and the 100 is $3.85, if GameStop tomorrow drops 20 points, 25 points, which I think is very possible tomorrow, or even more, these hundreds I could sell at $6.30. So as you remember, when I was showing you guys with this and everything, we're into this at these contracts basically at about $15 or $14.50 or shit. So I could pick up immediately on 1,000 contracts. I could, whoops, was the wrong day there. I guess we could close this day down. But yeah, I could pick up, if it's around that $5 or $6, $500,000 or $600,000. What does that mean? I reduce my cost by $500,000 or $600,000, and I have to wait all week next week to watch GameStop keep coming down and get out of it. Now, if I want to have some more balls, and I don't think GameStop's going to go all the way to 100 next week, I could sell something much higher. Let's say I could do like I did today. I could sell the 150s. I'm into these at 16. I could sell the 150 for $12. I'm going to have almost all my money back and not have a lot of risk. The risk is if GameStop, goes to, $50, these $12 contracts that I sell will cost me $100 to buy back or more. I'll still have the other position that will be up more, but because it's not matched up, there's a huge risk on the downside potential, and thus why Schwab's making me lay 100% of that money. If I do something a little closer, it frees up a lot of cash. But like I said, if we can write something for next week around $5 or $6, I like it. Maybe I'll come up and I'll do the 120s. I don't think there's a lot of risk here at the 120 because even if GameStop was below 100, my $15 thing is going to be $35, $40. If you look and say, let's say GameStop is 260 today, so we would go out next week and we look at the 260. It's a $60 premium. It's insane. So to figure out what the premium value would be if the stock was $100 and at 260 with 6 days to go, next week and a day, at $260, it's trading at 25. It's about a 25% premium, or 26, about 22, 23% premium. So what that means is at $100, those contracts will probably be around $30, $28 to $30 in there would be the premium. So that's what you're looking at on that. And that, like I said, it'll be an incredible trade. We'll have, a couple of $1 million profit, plus, whatever we hedge it. So that's one scenario. Also tomorrow, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of buying power, but I could reduce some stuff, I can move some stuff around, or with those 150s, we could also try and chase it up. So once these drop enough, if we don't think GameStop's going to come under $200 tomorrow, let's say these are, 25 cents, we could then try and catch the 190s for $1 and pick up 30, 40,000 more dollars. There's some other moves like that we could also make. They'll be, like I said, it's a little bit more complicated, a little bit more technical, but that's how you can chase that money around. But you have a high risk. I mean, if all of a sudden the thing tanks, 100 points, then you could, it'll be different. So Jeff Scott says, what if it goes to $800 like they keep saying online? Jeff, if it was going to $800, why hasn't it gone there yet? What are they waiting for? They keep talking about it. Every time it gets going, it gets slammed. I mean, if it goes to $800, it ain't going to stay at $800. So it goes to $800 for a couple of days. My, $15 put goes to $6. What do I care? And that's why I hedge it. I believe it's going to come down. I believe it'll be under $100 the next couple of weeks, and I believe we'll make some good money on this, but I'm hedging it also. So like I said, my worst case scenario is that, why I do this is to reduce the risk that I have. But, my worst case scenario after tomorrow is I have about $1 million on the line, and it just keeps reducing every day. But, you have to spend money to make money, and you have to take risk to make a lot of money. So I think this one is definitely has a better shot at going to $50 than it has at going to $800. So, but those are some of the things. And then if you go out even further, so you got to remember, we have 3 weeks out. So if you go out 2 weeks, it goes up even more. So basically what you're looking at is then the next week, like the 100s are $10.30. This would be going out 2 weeks. I don't want to go out 2 weeks on this one because you're losing out on the premium. The bigger premium is, on the weeklies. So, but like I said, you could go out, you could hedge your bets and do a lot of stuff. But it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be exciting. And every day we'll have some big account fluctuations. And, you know what? It is what it is. But I think this one has a lot of potential. I mean, if these 1,100 contracts, and I may reduce it to 1,000, to give me a little bit more flexibility to write some more higher price, sell some more higher price puts against it to collect a better premium. But if 1,000 of these contracts, if these things go to $25, they're at 15. If they go to $25, we make $1 million. They go to $35, we make $2 million. This could make a lot of money if this thing comes down. And like I said, if this thing drops 50 points, and you guys saw it the other day when I was buying them, remember they were like $11.80, and it dropped that 100 points, and these things went to $20. I only had 100 of them. I would have made 80 grand. Imagine if I did this yesterday and I had 1,000 of them and I made $1 million in an hour. But like I said, this stock, nothing against the company. Phenomenal company. Not every company can lose $4 a share and stay in business. Phenomenal company. Not every company can sell game systems, but they can't get any because the manufacturers of them don't have any for them to sell. So this company's stuck with nothing to sell, even with an online presence. Who's going to go buy from GameStop over Best Buy that you get, a 3% reward program or, direct from the company? There's no incentive to use GameStop, honestly, for anything in the future. And that's why their stock is so bad. Outside of buying cell phones back and some stuff like that, what's the value of GameStop? I even tell my kids, I say, hey, boys, go to GameStop and buy the game, or go to Best Buy, buy the game somewhere because you can return. They're like, nah, why? It's $50. I'm buying it online. And I'm, yeah, but if you don't like the game, at least you could sell it for $30 or get some money out of it. They don't care anymore. And that's why GameStop's dead. I mean, all the GameStops around me, they're all closing down. So, and you got to remember something. This company right now has an $18 billion valuation, okay? $18 billion, they're losing money. They're still losing money. They're going to lose more money before they actually make any money. And even with an online e-commerce play to be worth $18 billion, so that if they generated $500 million in profit and they had a 30x, 40x multiple, that's an $18 billion company. They're a long way off from being there. Like I said, everyone can say what they want about it. They're a long way off. So, unknown prodigy, GameStop is horrible. It has no business model, and the stores look like dingy frat basements. I mean, they're filthy, dirty. It's just horrible in there. You're absolutely right. I can say I am finally out of the minus. I'm ahead finally. Congratulations, Crazy Carl. He was playing CCIV, some of my hot picks. And also, big shout out, like I said, so many of you guys, our Patreon members today, made so much money on Kenny's swing plays from the research team. And if you guys didn't, and also I saw a lot of new Patreons sign up in the last 2 days. Please make sure you follow the directions so that we get you added to the private Facebook group, because that's where Kenny's posting all his hot plays and everything going on. And you're not going to want, especially on some of these swing trades, you're not going to want to miss them. So a lot of that stuff's there, and other people are sharing stuff. Please make sure we get you added to the private Facebook group. Any of you guys can join our Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. But back to everything like I was showing you guys. So lots of opportunity here with these, plays. Like I said, the market makers, they're going to try and mess with us. That's what they do. But that's okay. We'll fight them and we'll win. We'll hedge them and we'll win. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm very confident in this one. I like it a lot. And it looks really good. In other news, Bitcoin back to all-time highs, or almost to all-time highs, hitting $58,000 just a little bit ago. Just doesn't make any sense. See where GameStop is. It was interesting. Right after the market closed, GameStop went down like 10 points, 15. It's bounced around. Futures were up. Let's see if they're still up. All adults now eligible for vaccinations by May 1st. Also didn't make any sense why he has enough vaccinations now for everyone, but he ordered another 100 million shots. So futures are pointing up a little bit, but like I said, I think we're going to see some profit taking. I think you're going to see a sell-off. It'll be definitely interesting and stuff. Facebook is facing this whole with the Apple privacy change. That's kind of interesting because I've been watching Facebook. Facebook's been up, obviously in the rally the last couple of days, but Facebook, I noticed the CPMs were pretty light in April. They've come back a lot in April and February. March, my CPM on my channels have come back a lot, but it'll be very interesting with Facebook to see how earnings are, because I don't think they did very good the first 2 months of the year. I think this month is back, up for them, but I think the first 2 months of the year, there wasn't as much advertising going on. So Jeff Scott says AMC lost $4.6 billion for last year. Yeah. And AMC, it's overvalued, but AMC did one smart move. They sold into the rally because they had some stock and they have $1 billion on hand. And also, if you guys look at AMC, AMC is not at $250. GameStop was the same $10 stock. AMC at $10 is a $3 billion valuation. At $30, it would be $9 billion. At $60, it would be $18 billion. Like GameStop, it's the same thing. They have a lot more shares, obviously, in the float, but same scenario here. I mean, look where GameStop's been in the last month. It's been as high as $20. This thing's half of what it was. It's the same with GameStop. This is going to come back down, to where it belongs. But this one overall was a $2-3 stock, and that's where it belongs. Maybe it belongs at $5. Same thing with GameStop. GameStop, it was a $20, $15, $20 stock. And that's where it belongs. So maybe at $50. Like I said, I think if you look at GameStop, you look at the chart and where it was, this is, it's a $15 stock. This stock, and you look at where it did all that moves, it was a $50 stock. It's the same thing. Same thing like with CCIV. CCIV is going to bounce around until the deal gets closer. And I still like the premiums, and I still may play it again. But this stock is going to bounce around. If you look at the chart, it's going to bounce around probably around $22 to $28. I think it settles right around 24 to 26. Can it go back to 30? Of course, if enough people talk about it, buy it. But at some point, this stuff is going to keep coming down, and that's what you guys got to be prepared for. When this stuff drops, it drops fast. So, but what do you guys got for me? Any questions today? Jeff says GameStop will go to about $345 tomorrow. I actually thought GameStop tomorrow will hit $712. Not $713, but $712 tomorrow. It's going to be its biggest day ever because they have absolutely zero news and they are still losing so much money. So he tweeted Dumb and Dumber. No ice cream cone and a frog. There you go. So Raja, thoughts on OZOP? So we did have that one. Obviously, we're out of it now. Let's see where it's going. That'd be a great question for Kenny on the research team. It was down a little bit today. I don't know. I know Kenny still likes that one. So we'd have to ask Kenny. If you're in our private group, just post that on the Facebook group and he'll definitely answer your question. So how's your gaming chair holding up? I heard they wear out quick. So far, so good. I don't sit in it that often. So somebody says, why are you shorting GameStop? Because it's the easiest money I'm ever going to make in my life. What was the 10.5 million bet about against GameStop? It's 1.7 million we bet against GameStop today. So hopefully it does really well. Any insights on NNDM? Sure. Let's take a look at it from Joe. Had a great day today. Conference call held today. So I don't know anything about it. I would obviously check out the conference call, but it must have done pretty good if it's up today and they had earnings out, unless it was after the market. Well, I think it was this morning. So don't know anything honestly about this one. So that would be a crapshoot, but definitely something for the research team to look at. Thoughts on eyes? I don't know if its eyes is down again. I think it's over. If it's up again today, who knows? This one had that big rally. Everybody's talking high about this one. Hard to say. So definitely be very, very interesting stuff. But yeah, I don't know why eyes is so big. So somebody says, why is GameStop so big tomorrow? It's not big at all. I mean, it's regular option expiration day. Here's the thing: if GameStop, this is also an interesting sign. So when GameStop after hours is down, that's a really bad sign. And you're probably wondering why. Because there's nobody in the option market to manipulate the stock. So if GameStop is down right now in the after hour market, that means that all your Wall Street bet people and all the hope and dreamers out there, they're not buying it. Their money went elsewhere. Their money went back into Bitcoin, into Roblox, into all these other stocks. What you want to look at is when GameStop is up a lot in after hours, and then the option market's open, it usually has a lot of momentum. When GameStop goes down after hours, it usually keeps coming down. So, I mean, the stock is just, it's garbage. I mean, it just is a complete garbage stock. So CTRM is looking good for the future. And we played that one before. Somebody says, by the way, happy 311 day, Raja. 311 day. Well, thank you very much. But hey guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button. If you haven't followed me on Facebook, make sure you follow us. And thank you everyone who's been sharing, telling everyone about Raja Makes Money, and hope you guys have been enjoying the show. It's we're coming up on about 2.5 months so far, so not too bad. And like I said, guys, all of our Patreon members, make sure you get added to the private group on Facebook, and make sure Kenny's there to help you guys in the research team. So make sure they help you guys out and everything. Unknown Prodigy, would you ever invest in Crazy Carl's Eco Pump? I don't think it's big enough that he needs us to invest, but it is Crazy Carl's birthday next Friday, and we're going to be live in the casino next Friday. And rumor is Crazy Carl may be giving away 2-for-1 on Eco Pumps for his birthday. So definitely have to check that out, and won't want to miss live play. But it's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. Like I said, the account's going to have some big fluctuations. No matter what we do tomorrow, the good news is no matter what, I have $50,000 in profit, $55,000 in profit. So even if this position goes to $13.90, it'll still be an even day for us, minus what this other stuff does. But we do, and like I said, I'm gonna hedge it some more and stuff. Hopefully it'll be beautiful. If GameStop just goes down 40, 50 points tomorrow, it'll be incredible. Somebody says, what do you think the best? Best of luck. Be watching. Hold on. DJ Fire says, what do you think is the best strike price for a put on GameStop April 1st? Honestly, I think the $100. That's why I like the $100 ones. You have earnings coming out that week, right before it and stuff. But I think, honestly, my personal opinion, the stock should be around $50, maybe 60, 70. It's hard to say. Is it 250? No. 350? No. 450? No. 550? No. 200? No. 150? No. 100? Really pushing it. So that's why I like these. I think they're affordable, and I like it because, and I'm going to hedge it. Like I said, I think it's worth hedging and like doing what I'm doing and riding against it. So at least I'm going to take a lot of my money off the table between now and then. Hopefully, I've made 100% of my money back the next 2 weeks, and then it just goes and it'll be incredible and stuff. So, but like I said, it's a big gamble. I like to gamble. I think it's going to pay off, and hopefully it pays off. And you guys, tomorrow we can pop some champagne, and we said, you know what? The Raja got it right. So, and if not, it'll just be another day in the market for us. But that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are the money makers. Hopefully we keep this streak alive, and we have one more day in the green this week. Take care, and I'll see everybody tomorrow.